Good day, I'm Luke from PolygonProp, and today's topic will be Google Pins. So there are three things I'd like to show you. Firstly, being how to add a missing place, how to move an existing pin, or should I say the relocation of an existing pin, and also how to remove a pin as a whole from the center or from the building. So as you can see here, we're currently on satellite view. I will be switching over to map view. And then also, if you should know, only 20% of South Africa's shopping centers has a floor plan loaded onto Google Maps. The reason why I have chosen Key West is because of the floor plan. It also creates a sense of direction, and it's also quite easy to move the pins or to add a missing place in order to get it quite accurately as possible. So the first thing I will be showing you guys is how to add a missing place. So we can then just zoom in quite a bit closer. We will then select shop 5 and 6. I will then right click on it and then click on add a missing place. The example that we will be using today is Jam Clothing. So we will say that Jam Clothing will be now opening a store within Key West Shopping Center. We then obviously type in Jam Clothing. Jam Clothing is a clothing store. We will then select shopping. We'll then scroll down till we find clothing store. We then will click on that. And then we'll come to one of the most important things is obviously the location of the pin within the center. So we can just zoom in, we just find the shop. Let me just zoom in a bit. There we go. And then if we are happy with with the pin, and then we can obviously just click on save. But let me just find the store. There we go. There it is. And then if we're happy with that, we can click on save, and then we can say it's located within a Key West Shopping Center. There we go. And then as you can see here, you can obviously add more detail. Then obviously that can be completed, but I won't be submitting this as this is just an example. Okay. The next pin that obviously I will just discard this. The next example I'd like to show you is how to move an existing pin to a different location. So I'll just switch over back to satellite view quickly. As you can see here, we have Simply Shoes here by the drive-through, which is KFC. So obviously this is definitely in the incorrect location. So we'll now move this pin to the correct location. So we'll click on Simply Shoes. We wait for the detail to come up on the left-hand side. We'll then click on Suggest and Edit. We then ignore Close and Remove. We then click on Change Name or Other Detail. And then the important part is obviously to move the pin to the correct location. So like we mentioned, it was located outside the building, which is incorrect. We will now move the pin to the correct shop. So we will just say at each shop number 64 and then 64. So just remember, this is just another example. If we are happy with that, we then click on save, and then we can obviously just complete all the necessary detail, but I won't do so. As I mentioned, that this is just another example. It is quite important to keep your pins updated as the pins create a sense of direction for your consumers. Obviously, you wouldn't want to mislead your consumer into the incorrect location, as you could see there for Simply Shoes. So we would like to take the consumer all the way into the center and not just into the parking lot. Okay. The next thing I'd like to show you is how to remove a pin as a whole. So I will then be switching back over to map view again. So we can let's take an example. We can now say that sidestep will be vacating from the building. We'll then click on the pin. We'll wait for all the necessary detail to show up on the left hand side. We'll then click on Suggest and Edit. Okay, and this time we ignore Change Name or Other Details and click on Close or Remove. But I won't do so because we won't be really removing that pin. But yeah, you just have to follow all the necessary details and then just click on Submit. It is also important to remove the pins of those tenants who is no longer located within the building, as you would not like to mislead your consumer. For example, as they have now typed in Sidestep on Google Maps, it says there is a Sidestep store in Key West. That drive all the way to Key West Shopping Center only for them to find out that there is no Sidestep. So like I mentioned, it is quite important to keep your pins updated as often as possible. Okay, thank you very much.